What's up, guys? Let's do the punch of the day. So we're going to be backtesting silver bullet, but that doesn't remove the need of top-down analysis. So currently it was dropping, as you can see, and as of here we saw a shift to the upside, which means we are currently in an uptrend. As you can see, we have a breakout structure here. We are creating another one here, so which gives us a bias of pushing to the upside and even taking out these relatively equal highs. Let's go to the 4 hour. You can see we're constantly pushing higher and higher. So I think there are no other big influences. If we were to drop, might drop into this order block or this one or even this one. So I just let me base off of the 1 hour for some key POIs. So we have this one, this order block right here, and this one right here. So you can choose this small one right here or even this one, but this one is a major one because it's from a high time frame. You can see the 2 hour we have it as a strong one, and when you go to the 1 hour you can see it's this one. So let's mark up this one. These ones are not that strong, so I'll mark up this one. So let's wait for New York session silver bullet, then see if you can execute. So it's currently 7. You can first forward for 3 hours. 1, 2, right here, and 3. 9:55. Great. So when you go lose your tournament now, so you can see that this, you can see the first 5 hour candle. We'll be waiting for a fair value gap and then see if we can get a drop, an entry. You can see the first fair value gap we got. We can enter off of this one, small long. You can see that it retraced obviously into the gap, so you can take risk and enter. Stop loss here, and our target would be like one small 1 to 2. So now we can save this, then wait for, you can see that the fair value gap was obviously disrespected. So let's wait and see what is to happen in the next silver bullet session. Well, I'll trade the morning session. I don't trade the afternoon session silver bullet. Let's go. You can fast forward an hour. This is the 5 minutes, so let's first forward and see. So we're not forming any gap. So we didn't form any here, and I don't think the 1 minute formed it. Okay, it formed this one, the 1 minute. So will this provide an entry? I don't know which entry to target most, but will this one provide an edge? So when we target a 2R, you can get filled somewhere here. So you can see how this one went. Okay. Would have been a crazy one. So on the 5 minute, you can see that the first fair value gap was this one on the 5M. So we would wait for it even if we retest it at a later time. So we are dropping to the order block, as you can see it, and we've already dropped into it. So we can now fast forward to 10. So it's now 7:55. Fast forward some 2 hours. Great. Now let's see if we can see an entry in here. So boom, 10 creates a small gap. Okay, let's see if it gets filled. Doesn't fill it until, okay, so now it was filled. Consider the fair value gap holds a bit. And there's one question that I have. So, where do I have it here? So, according to the silver bullet model, am I supposed to enter in the time window, or I can enter when the first effigy in the time window is tested, even though that retracement is not in the time window. So what if the fair value gap was formed at 10:15 maybe, and it is retraced to at 11:15, which is out of the time window? Should I enter? Silver So you can see that we should enter at 11. This entry was invalid. We should enter if it's tested in this time window. By 11:20 it's a bit late. Okay, not bad. So this was a bad trade. It's even delaying. Exit hit TP. So it looks something like this on the 15-minute. Okay, so now you can see that we are now in a bigger fair value gap, and like this, when we go to the 4-hour, you can see that we are now reacting to the order block and pushing higher, which means we might conclude our market maker sell model and now start a buy model. So into the 1 hour, you can see that it's already out of session. Let's wait for the next day silver bullet, next week actually. The 5-minute now. What do we see? We see a kind of a sweep. See a sweep of these equal lows, and let's see if we get an entry here. So this is where 3 opens, creates a gap, which means our entry will be in this one, this gap right there. It gets retested, and also test the second one, this one right here, which was created before the open, which means you can enter on this one. This I waited so that you can minimize the length of the stop loss, because that would be a really big stop loss. So let's see if it plays out. So we end up getting stopped out. Wow, this one was actually about to hit TP. It's crazy. By the way, I think the silver bullet can also form an entry on the 15-minute. I mean, why not? You can see the 15-minute was a clean retracement, respected the gap, and then push. So here the wick done the damage in me. So this one was also another good trade, but we didn't consider what was happening on the 15-minute time frame. So let's wait for the next silver bullet session. So basically our entry should have been somewhere at the open of this gap. Then a stop loss here. Then 1 to 2 is, okay, 1 to 2 will be really far, man. So before 10, you can see even it was hit as well. Great one. So it's currently 10. At 10, you can see that the model continues in play. So by 10, let's see, we haven't created any fair value gap yet. So okay, I thought there was one, but that's not it. So we'll test a gap right here. So there's this gap here which wasn't retested, but there is also this one. So let's see, does this one get respected so that we can take a sell trade here, such like this. this one, because this one becomes a stop out the direction on this other block, which means it's better when what's this doing here? It's better when the silver bullet aligns with the higher time frame, such as the market makers model and so on. Yeah, so let's see. Will I be trading the PM market maker? I'm afraid not. Don't think I want to. But anyways, let's wait for it and see how it works. I'll backtest all of them. I'll see the one that gives me a higher win rate, the top two that give me a higher win rate, and stick with those two. So small fair value gap here at the open of this silver bullet session. So we disrespect it. We create another one. And we create another one here. Okay, so maybe you can enter with this one. By the way, how do you know a strong one or a weak one? Because this, you see, this one is another fair value gap, but it's really small. Really small. Right here. 2R. Stop slash out. Alright, so let's wait for the next session, next silver bullet day. Right. So the three open. No fair value gap yet. So there's a 2 minute offer one. By the way, why can't I even trade the 2 minute? Let's see. 2 minute fair value gap. There's here one. It tests, respects a bit, then drops. So which time frame should I use? 1 minute, 2 minute, or 5 minute? Let's see. So what time frame offers a higher win rate on the silver bullet model? 1M, 2M, or 5M? So the 1 minute gives a better entry. But if we are looking 1 minute, we should look for market structure after 10 a.m. Wait for clean 1 minute fair. Okay, enter on retrace the FVG. Stop below the swing. Target 1.5 to 3 hour quickly. It's meant to be efficient. Clean fair value gap. What does clean fair value gap mean? So it means meets all criteria. Clean fair value gap, 3 candle. So characteristics of a clean fair value gap is formed after market shift. A strong displacement, no overlap, time specific, respected, and retrace. Okay, so let's see. So at 3, let's use the 1 minute. Let's see. So at 3, where I should be marking these time windows. Okay, 3 opens. We create one here. You can see this is a good fair value gap, but it has been disrespected. You can see we have it from this candle to this one, and it has been formed after a shift. You can see this candle right here. We had started to push higher, then we shifted. So it was respected for a bit, then we pushed higher again. So this would have been a loss. Whereas we have also this candle, this other fair value gap, which you can move off of. Yeah. So is this strictly the first fair value gap? The silver bullet model is the fair value gap should use strictly the first one formed in the time window. First clean fair value gap. Okay. Let's wait for the next silver bullet session. Now, let's go to it. Okay, so we are on the 1 minute. You can see some equal lows, liquidity there. We dropped at the 1M, push higher, drop it, create a small gap in here. First big fair value gap we see is this one. Then we can buy off of this. So will it get respected? I also don't know. Yeah, it gets respected, thankfully. 12 minutes. So you can see this one, but win rate is crazy. So let's continue our backtesting session. So let's wait. The next silver bullet will be at 11, but I don't want to trade that, so just speed it to the next day. The next silver bullet session, which is here. Nice. 1 minute. Close the 1 minute. So let's see right here. Let's see if we form any fair value gap. So here is one. We've retested it. We can have a sell. Stop loss right here. Target these lows as a 1 to 2. Yeah, just right here. So this one doesn't work out. And how about the 5 minute? You can see that the 5 minute also formed the fair value gap, but the gap wasn't respected at all. This stage didn't respect the silver bullet. Next, which is 9. So let's go to, okay, let's see if the 1 minute is the best to trade with. So we have a small gap right here, which was from the 1002, which was respected. We also have another big one right here, so you can expect this one because it also caused a shift. It happened after a shift, so you see a shift, a gap, so you can enter on this gap. Okay, right here, which means we can have a trade here, and then we target a 1 to 2. So how's the 5 minute looking like? Not bad. So we get stopped out again. Sold here off on it 2R. Yes, but then what formula can we use to identify a valid setup in the silver bullet? Please ask. So what valid formula or playbook checklist can one use to identify that setup is valid? A silver bullet setup is valid. So window confirmation right here. Previous liquidity sweep has a price recently clear liquidity pull. Look for equal lows, swing low just before displacement. If yes, no, wait, no displacement without liquidity taking place. So we should wait for an obvious low to be taken out. So market structure shift, then first clean fair value gap formed, retracement to the fair value gap. Yes, entry timing, retracement, and your entry happening within the time. Slightly 10 to 15 minutes optional, but less ideal. After 11:15, do not enter risk management. You target one at 1.5 hour to 3 hour minimum. Optimal 1M or 2M displacement candle. High time frame bias supports your direction. No major economic news. So final summary: silver bullet. What's SLIFA? Liquidity sweep imbalance. I don't need that. Okay, how about we ask it to write a Pine script that will show a sweep and a first clean fair value gap formed in 1 minute. So write Pine script to show a clear sweep and a fair value gap for the silver bullet in the 1 minute. But they should also tell you to show that they occurred a market shift. Let's see, can we add something? Okay, I'll add it to the trading view, to my trading view, and use it to test. Let me come back here and see. So our entry was invalidated. On the 5 minute, you can see that we formed another big fair value gap. And is it retested? Nope. This is currently 10:11:05. If you don't retest it by 11:15, then we're done. Okay, we don't, which means this setup was invalidated. But ideally, the normal view can see that we had a sweep and a fair value gap retest. So if someone entered without considering the silver bullet just right here and targeted like 1 to 3, I don't think you would get it. So in the meantime, I'm waiting for the next day silver bullet that will be playing out. Gee, it's really crazy, man. Really, which pairs respectfully this silver bullet? So we're about to reach our session. 3, 2, yep, we're there. 1 minute. Let's wait. So according to GPT stats, the 1 minute offered a higher win rate. You can see the first fair value gap get retested, and we didn't see a sweep of a major high. Other than, okay, well, this high was taken out, but will this be considered a sweep? I don't really think so. The first fair value gap, we disrespect it. How does the 5 minute look like? So I think maybe we should also have a 5 minute bias. Okay, we form a gap right here. Enter it. And our target is there. Oh, it's now dancing. Okay, so the trade ends up hitting SL, the 1M. So you don't really know. Could the silver bullet give you a 70% win rate? Let's wait for 10. So it's like some 2 hours. This is 8:59, 9:59, 1 minute. So first of all, what does the high time frame show us? 30 minutes, we are pushing higher and higher. As you can see it on GU, we are bullish. So which means we might be expecting some buys. 15 minutes, we didn't see any kind of sweep, but we saw a break of structure. 5 minutes. Okay, this is not a major low, but it was taken out on the 2 minute. So we took it out, we shifted in structure. So let's see how 10 reacts to it. So 10, does it create a gap? It creates a fair value gap, dropping downwards on the 2 minute, 5 minutes also. And on the 1 minute, you can see that we are retracing to this first one, I guess, hopefully. Nope, we did not. So we'll wait for it. So maybe we'll wait for this first one, we react to it, and we target this low. I really don't mind anymore. Put that back. Stop loss right here. Take profit 1 to 2. Back to the 1M. Okay. Obviously, bullish bias combines with the setup showing that the 5-minute respects this gap, 15-minute doesn't have a gap, so this sell would be invalid. Then let's look for another day. Okay, so 255, let's look for one last entry. Start off, okay, so what's the buy? We're dropping a bit. Okay. So you create a gap, okay, a really big one. And the 1 minute didn't, oh, you can see that market created some here. 310. Was this one at 3? You can see that at 3, perfectly at 3. There was one right here, and you can see where the candles closed. So at 3, 1, 3, right here, perfect retest. When you enter, stop loss right here, and you take profit to get these lows, and you're filled, which gives a 15-minute trade. So continuing, we can see that over the long run you might be profitable with this order. Let's see what we get on So basically the day hasn't even ended, but you can see that we got some good fills. So since we on the 5-minute wouldn't have provided any entry, as you can see, but on the 1 minute an entry would be there. Okay, so now let's look for the next silver blitz session. Right, let's look for the next silver blitz session. It's 4:09, so the next one is in 4 hours and a few minutes. So 7:59, we add an hour and another one, and we use the 1 minute. So what's the bias? We are ranging. This is the recent low, that this one is a reaction to this fair value gap, reaction on this fair value gap, which means we have a high chance of pushing higher as the day progresses. So let's see how this one goes. So we get a sweep, fair value gap gets retested. Okay, gets retested here. It's 10:14, so you can see that we enter it fully as we needed. So you can now buy. Just need the stop loss somewhere around here, add a few bips below, so you can have accumulated for the spreads to get a good 1 to 2. Yeah, and we get stop out. immediately. By the way, this was the first one found. Wait, no, this one was the first one. And on the 5 minute, yeah, no entry. But let's see. Did the 5 minute provide a retracement to the first one? And no, it didn't. So today's silver bullet was trash, absolute trash. Because 1 minute includes multiple fake outs. You can see it's 10 starts here. The first favorite gap was this one, and you can see we were starting to respect it a bit. And then, yeah, we got stopped out. Well, this one respected a sweep, a shift. Wait a minute. This is nice. This is nice. Disregarding the silver bullet, you can see a good sweep right here. And you can see that we also get a favorite gap retest. So this also provides an entry, but this one doesn't occur in the silver bullet, which means the entry will be right here. But yeah, this is not the silver bullet. Friday 31st March, I think this was some kind of news maybe, that if you target this low, you get a good fill. Okay, so silver bullet, my god, you are one heck of a thing. So I'm still on the 1 minute on GBP USD. We'll see which one offers more wins than losses. Let's wait for the next day. So we basically add some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's create another session. GU and Q. Anyways, let's end this session here or create another. Let's end this recording session here or create another backtesting session, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace.